And Council Clerk, could you do the roll call, please?
Sure. Councilwoman Fareed,
Here.
Councilwoman Dion,
Here.
Councilman Harrison,
Yeah.
Councilman Herring, Councilwoman Jones,
Here.
Vice President Ferguson,
Here.
President Curtis.
Here. Can I have a motion to adopt the agenda?
So move.
Any discussion? The only discussion is that the bullet point for the governance structure that was proposed by the Charter Review Committee that was accidentally left off, but it has been advertised, and so people can talk about it at this public hearing. With that, Council Clerk?
Councilwoman Fareed,
Yeah.
Councilwoman Dion,
Yes.
Councilman Harrison,
Yes.
Councilman Herring,
Yes.
Councilwoman Jones,
Yes.
Vice President Ferguson,
Yeah.
and President Curtis.
Yes. With that, so Lansing Grove, council rules. So this is a public hearing where we're here to hear the voices of our citizens. Each citizen will be given 3 minutes to speak. And with that, the objective is that you make your voices heard. The rules are that there are not any disturbances. You get one warning, but if you continue, then you will be escorted out of the public hearing. And this hearing is restricted to the legislation that is on the agenda, including the governance structure. That is not a resolution. It's only a proposed idea, not a resolution. All right, with that,
Mr. President, may I also ask that citizens have only one time at the mic?
yes, thank you, sir. Citizens will only have one time at the mic. And if you, when you come up, if you could state your name, or if you're online, if you could state your name and the street you live on in the city, that would be great. I do want to give another disclaimer. So I realized that there have been several social media posts that was put online to get people to come to this meeting. And I realized that some people have come to either online or in person, have come to this meeting under false pretenses with the expectation that one of the items that you can talk about, which is the governance structure, that was somehow put in place to remove Mayor Cross. I want to say that that is completely false. Not once has there ever been a resolution, an ordinance, or anything of the such that has been put in place to remove Mayor Cross from office. This was discussed at a public hearing around a month ago. It was highlighted as a lie. And for reasons unknown, this lie continues to be perpetuated by the mayor. It is not true. I encourage you to look at the history of resolutions that have been proposed, ordinances that have been proposed, and you will find no such ordinance or no such resolution that proposes, that attempts to remove Mayor Cross from office. It is false. So I apologize if you came here under the pretense that somehow votes were being taken away. That is false. Somehow we're removing the current mayor. That is false. So if you did want to use your 3 minutes to speak on a lie, I encourage you to learn the facts of what's going on and then move forward accordingly. But we are excited to hear what our citizens have to say. We understand that some people online may not be citizens of Glenarden. But we are here to hear our citizens' voices to help us be a better and a greater Glenarden, a stronger Glenarden. And we cherish and welcome those comments. So with that, I will open the floor to our citizens. If you have a comment, please raise your hand online. I will recognize you. If you're in the building, just raise your hand and I will recognize you. Mr. Stewart, could you help me, please? There is a question in the building and we will take that question first. Or comments.
Good evening. My name is Anthony Powell. I live on Piedmont Avenue in Ward 1. I would like the city council to table 15/20/23. And the reason why I'm asking is because the city council doesn't police itself. When Ms. Easton was on the city council, another city councilman called her name at the city council meeting, and the city council did absolutely nothing about that. I mean, you have, in the past, we have city council members, people report to each other at city council meetings, and the city council never punish these people for their behavior. Now, the mayor is not an employee of the city council. Is not associated really with the city council. So any transgressions she's committed to report to the people who are her employees. So I'd like you to table this resolution, and those city council members who can't get along with everybody should resign their position. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Are there any other comments, public comments? And ma'am, if you could state your name, no, when you go up there, state your name and the street you live on.
Hello, my name is Renata Roy. I don't live in Glenwood.
Okay.
But I do have a public announcement.
Okay.
My nonprofit partnered with another nonprofit business here in Glenarden back in March to celebrate the women mayors across the county.
Mhm.
We thought it would be awesome to celebrate it here in this municipality because of the business economics that's going on with Costco, the Wegmans, etc. So we thought we were not highlighting the mayor. We wanted to highlight what was happening in Glenarden. And to have African Americans of Glenarden having this type of business economic going on. We wanted all the other mayors to come to Glenarden, to come to Glenarden. We were, first of all, it was horrible. The lady who was our coordinator
Mhm.
was extremely rude. We wanted to move the event to Bowie because that's where I live.
Mhm.
But again, we didn't because we didn't want to cause embarrassment of African American community.
Mhm.
So we stood through the pain. It was horrible. We stood through the pain of having the event because we didn't want to cause public embarrassment of Glenarden, the council, of other people. And also bring attention to businesses and also among the other municipality mayors to move it. It was actually so painful. We had to keep our mouths shut. We couldn't ask anything. I mean, it was always grit, etc. Pay for this event. We didn't ask anything gratuity. We even invited the council to come, which we did not get support. After choosing your community to host this inaugural event, because guess what? Even at the county executive level, never in the history of 50 years, this was the 50th year, that a female mayor had been elected into the position of mayor.
Mhm.
So it was, and never, not once had a county executive in the history of this county in 50 years had even given recognition to mayor.
Mhm.
So the experience of coordinating was off the chart and was horrible. And we were threatened continuously. And as I want to wrap up, for everything that happened, the mayor, which I only met her through coordinating events, and we chose it. But nevertheless, let me tell you what happened. She
Well,
had no
So I just want to interrupt. Does this have anything to do with the legislation that's been put forth? I'm,
You know what?
I am,
You know what?
Yeah, I'm
out of order.
yeah, and I'm sorry for the experience you had, and
I get to speak to close out what the problems were with the county, with the council, because this needs to be shared with the council. One, saying that this mayor was on our board of our nonprofit, absolutely not. And that we got the space free here, which we did not. And I just wanted it to be recorded. But tell me where I wrapped up. Where do
so
I get to speak?
I would encourage you to speak with our acting city manager and file a formal complaint about your event and how you did
Well,
not
it's
like
not
this
just the
event.
event, there's also political things that happen that has nothing to do with the city manager as far as an event. I'm talking about political accusations, and we don't want that to be among the council. That's the key, because we received information saying that the council said this mayor was on our board, which he is not. He's affiliated with us, we're not, and that we had received something gratuitous, and that was not true. So if I'm out of order, let me just say I apologize, but at least you heard my voice.
Oh, thank you very much. And I encourage you, if you do want to say something, you can always send an email to the council.
Oh, I've done that before and no response.
Okay, well,
No response. I'm just letting you know,
okay,
no response.
all right.
So how did you handle that, Mr. President? When you send emails to the council, how do you get responses?
Well,
I don't know,
no,
how do you
no,
do that, Mr. President? Because I'll be more than glad to. I sent it to this and I sent it to the county exec. But if you as Mr. President, can I address it to you so
Sure.
that I can get a response?
you can't. And let me give you a response to why you did not get a response before. Unfortunately, we had no issues. So it's very well that we never received that email. And
So how do I address email issues so that I get a response?
I will give you my personal email and you can send me an email.
Okay, then can I get a pencil and
Sure, before you leave,
I can take the whole meeting, because I just
well,
want,
yeah, we're in the middle of the meeting, and if you want to leave your email somewhere, then I can
and
send
you'll
you email.
guarantee me, if I leave it, I'm gonna hear from you.
If you leave before you slip out, you can come up and just give it to me. I'll send you an email. All right, thank you.
How I work with the city manager,
Yeah,
who was that, that's you?
and your number as well, please. Okay, thank you.
We're having a mayor's meeting on December 13th, and Glenard is the topic of discussion.
Okay, thank you. Are there any other citizens' comments on the legislation that's outlined in the agenda? We're
I have-
only taking citizens' comments.
My-
1 second, Dr. Gloria, I'll come to you in a second. Just want to look in the room, and if there's none in the room, then we'll go to online. Okay, all right, Miss Dr. Gloria Crossley.
Yes, sir. Mr. Derek Curtis, second. I've
Yeah.
been on this call for approximately 17 minutes. And
I'm sorry, say that again?
I've been on this call or the Zoom for approximately 17 minutes. And I'm learning about your process. Just as an observer, it seems to me that your reactions and your responses are one-sided. I heard you accuse one person of being the perpetuator, and then every time someone speaks, I've heard you say that it's still one-sidedness. So my specific question to you is, I'm not an arbitrator or a mediator, but it seems like to me, if you wanted to get along and that if
So,
this issue isn't about one person, that you would tell both sides of the story, because
ma'am,
I'm just
ma'am,
not understanding.
respectfully, so this public hearing is for, and I hope you have the agenda is online. This public hearing is for the proposed legislation that's been outlined in the agenda. I welcome your comments on the legislation. If you have a comment, you can speak on it, but I'm not going to get on the back and forth to, I actually don't know what you're getting at, but I welcome any comment you have on the proposed legislation for this public hearing.
I thought you wanted feedback, sir.
No. On
Well,
the
then that's
legis-
one-sided. That's my proof right there. Then it's all one-sided.
Thank you, ma'am. Are there any other public comments on resolution R10, R11, R12, R13, R14, R15, R16, R17, or the governing structure idea that was proposed in the Charter Review Committee, which is not proposed legislation? If there is, please raise your hand. Well, with that, if there are no more public comments from the citizens, this meeting is now adjourned. Time is 7:22. This meeting is adjourned.
Derek,